Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do my Cozyathon wrap-up and also touch on the books I'm currently reading. Now, the first book I finished during the Cozyathon was the audio version of Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. And I really enjoyed that book. It's about this boy called Simon, who is gay and he is in the closet still. And he's having this email correspondence with a fellow boy from his school. He knows that he is going to the same school, but he doesn't know his identity. And one day, another kid comes over and tells him that he has accidentally read his emails and starts to blackmail him. And that's the basic gist of the story, and it is a coming out story and very touching and heartwarming. Despite all the problems that the main character has to go through, the book is really heartwarming and wonderful, and I felt so happy reading it. And the audio version was really fun. The narrator hit all the emotional points and it was just a blast. And I had a fun time. I kept drawing my sketches while I was listening to it and it was great. Really fun. The only gripe I had with the book was that it has some side characters that kind of blend together by the end because they don't get enough screen time, so they're kind of name dropped in the last 20 minutes of the book. So the author could have maybe dropped a few of the characters of the book, or maybe explored them a bit more. Also, the book has a ton of pop culture references, which I didn't mind, but it does mean that the book most likely won't become a classic. I mean, it has its place in the sun right now, but I fear that this book is going to date itself very badly in the future. But other than that, a great book. Next, I finished The Girl from the Other Side, the first 2 volumes, and I really liked it. I especially like the first volume. It sets up the world really well. It is about this world where there's a curse of darkness that spreads by touch, and people have barricaded themselves in this area called the Inside, and it's filled with the people who are not afflicted by the curse. And the people who are afflicted by the curse are called outsiders and they are cast away. And the story follows this young girl who is not cursed, who is living in the outside. And she's called Shiva, and she's living with this monster who is only known as the teacher, and he is a cursed being. And the story kind of deals with their parent-child relationship and also themes of othering and abandonment. And it is a marvelous read. I really loved it. It is so cute and so heartwarming, and Shiva is a cinnamon roll and she is written like an actual child, which is always something that I really enjoy. And I really liked it. The second volume I also liked, but it wasn't as strong as the first one. It had a lot of like setup for the third volume, and the characters were kind of meandering and didn't do much that actually advanced the story. There was a lot of repetition, which was kind of annoying. So the first book got a definite 4 stars or 4.5 stars, but the second book is more like a 3-star read for me. But other than that, really good, and I really love how the series is developing. I can't wait for the third volume, and I especially love the art style. It is very unique, and I have not seen anything like it before, and it's just breathtaking. And the final book that I actually finished for the Cozyathon was Kase-san and Morning Glories by Hiromi Takashima. And it was probably okay. I mean, I didn't get anything new out of this because I've read a lot of Yuri and I've read a lot of yaoi in my time. So I am very familiar with all the tropes, and this book has them in spades. The good thing about this, no consent issues. This is a story that has two consenting people in a relationship. So definitely a thumbs up for that, because that is a problem that the genre is rampant with. But other than that, this really plays into the kind of feminine equals subservient and masculine equals dominant gender tropes, which I don't really find too appealing. And the tomboyish character becomes kind of the leading, dominating partner in the relationship. Also, I found that it was really frustrating that the other main character was constantly doubting herself, and the people who were supposed to be her friends were also making fun of her shortcomings all the time, which was not a very positive thing. There were also some problems with the art style. The sense of anatomy wasn't always on point, and the characters didn't always stay on model, which was not fun. So I ended up giving this 2 stars. It was okay, it isn't too bad, but I fear that if you're someone who has read a lot of titles from this genre, this isn't going to give you anything new. This isn't going to challenge you. And that's what happened with me. I wasn't challenged by this, so I probably won't be continuing with this series. And moving on to my current reads. First up, I have Uprooted by Naomi Novik, which I started for Cozyathon, and I'm about halfway through, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to finish it during the Dewey's 24-hour readathon, which is this Saturday. So that's what I'm currently working on. Another book I'm working on is The American Gods by Neil Gaiman, which is the current pick of the month for the BookTube Discord server book club, and I'm also really enjoying it. I'm about 1/4 of the way through, and this is my transit book, so I'm reading it mainly when I'm using public transportation. And the last book that I'm working on is The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. I'm buddy reading this with Anita Lind. We were supposed to start this last month, but things came up. I've not even made a dent in this. I've read the first 3 chapters, I think, and I've been enjoying it so far. This is a very high fantasy, epic fantasy title, and I bought this during the summer and I've been meaning to get to it, and I'm slowly trying, but unfortunately I've had a lot of exams, so I haven't had much time. But I'm hoping to make a dent in this book during this week and next week after my exams are over. And finally, I want to mention that I'm listening another audiobook, which is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli, and I'm currently listening to it while I'm doing my Inktober prompts. So it's been fun. I'm getting into audiobooks, and that's a new experience I haven't had before. So yeah, this has been my Cozyathon wrap-up and also my current reads. And if you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.